Britain and Ireland. It's time to take part in the ultimate cooking competition. Turning up the heat. 2 expert judges. Professional chef and baking queen, Lorraine Pascal.
Don't let the smile fool you. I'll say it how it is.
And international Michelin Star chef, Jason Atherton.
I take my food really seriously, and I'm looking for those home cooks who also share that same passion.
And desperate to impress, 12 enthusiastic amateurs.
It's gonna explode.
Oh my God!
Cooking in couples.
We are best friends, we live together, we work together, we cook together.
We're neighbours.
He's my hairdresser.
It's region against region.
Welcome to Scotland!
Listen, we're Team Wales, right? We are the best.
Oh, for crying out loud.
First, they'll host super-sized dinner parties
They're not crispy. Becoming some sort of nightmare.
to wow the judges
To me, the dish is a disappointment.
and their rivals
I wish I hadn't eaten it, actually.
Philip's got a game plan.
You see it in his eyes.
before being pushed to their limits,
Your kitchens are parked behind you.
cooking for crowds.
Never cooked this amount of people before, it's insane.
And ultimately, they'll fight for survival in cook-offs against the clock.
You fail to deliver, you go to sudden death.
Faster, mate, faster, faster, faster.
No.
Partnerships will be pushed to breaking point
Just cut.
Hideous.
as the teams battle it out for a prize of £25,000.
These guys may be home cooks now, but by the end of this competition, I'm expecting restaurant-quality dishes.
And to be crowned the champions of My Kitchen Rules.
The competition is on.
Previously on My Kitchen Rules,
Are you ready for a pasta masterclass?
Steph and Gabby raised the bar with an ambitious Italian menu.
Now, this is one of the hardest pasta dishes on the planet.
I'm distressed.
But some of their food proved hard to swallow.
I found some paper in mine.
Mine's absolutely swimming in butter.
And round the table, things turned bitter.
And now I haven't really got a drink.
No, but do you need a drink?
Yeah.
Danny, I got to disagree here.
But a 5-star review from the judges
It's the best start I've had in this competition so far.
These donuts are superb, and I would definitely like this recipe.
saw the girls take top spot with 71 points.
The competition has officially been taken up a level.
Currently lying bottom and in danger of elimination, Danny and Kev.
Danny and Kev are fighting for their lives in this competition.
But in the instant restaurant round, there are 3 teams still to cook. The competition continues in the Derbyshire countryside with Team Midlands. Neighbours Duncan and Stewart have chosen a rural retreat to hold their instant restaurant.
I'm terrified. That's how I feel.
I think it's the criticism I'm worried about.
I wouldn't worry about the criticism, because humiliation will come before that.
Tonight, the boys have something a little different in store for their rival teams and judges Lorraine and Jason.
We are ripping up the rule book a bit, aren't we? Our restaurant is a brand new concept. It's Afro Saxon food, the fusion of African and British food.
That's great.
What are these?
Gnomes, typically British. Perhaps we'd go outside rather than inside, but...
Yeah, by a skip. We're neighbours, and we're from the wonderful village of Dyswell.
We're always popping in and out of each other's houses, having a cup of tea. We've tended to throw parties, and we've done the food together for that, haven't we?
Using the heel of your palm just to stretch the bread dough out.
I work as the operations manager for the cookery school in the village. It can be quite frustrating sometimes, having to deal with the admin and so on, whereas really I want to be down in the kitchen.
There we go. Keep stretching.
My father was from Ghana. Here we go. I decided that I needed to explore Ghanaian cookery.
Duncan in the kitchen is very random, very creative, but that's not quite my style, is it?
No. It's Stewart's a planner, he's a strategist. He's very, very ordered and a bit of a control freak.
I have everything planned out, I know where I'm going, and I was a teacher for 15 years, so I've got quite a lot of patience. I can cope with you.
You do talk to me like a teacher.
Right, get going.
Which way are you going to go?
Forwards.
Before they start cooking, the boys get to work on their strategy for the shopping.
I think you should push the trolley and only I will allow you to put things in.
Stuart's really precise in everything he does, so I'm thinking this instant restaurant's going to be so precise with everything from the food to the decor.
I like to go up and down every aisle so I know I haven't missed anything.
Oh, you're so anal.
I feel really bad that we don't know what kind of food to expect from the Midlands area. Maybe we should have done a bit of research.
I have no idea.
20 mackerel fillets, please. Mackerel is a huge favourite for Ghanaians.
To give their starter a fusion twist, they'll be serving the fish in Derbyshire oatcake cups with a rhubarb ketchup.
It sounds bonkers. The menu reads bonkers.
Weighing up all 3 courses, the judges, Jason Atherton and Lorraine Pascal.
Rhubarb ketchup, never had that before. I like it when I see a menu and there's something that I'm not quite sure of and it's not too predictable.
This is a fusion menu, through and through. It's a gamble, there's no two ways about it.
The rhubarb. Have you seen rhubarb?
No, I haven't seen rhubarb.
Rhubarb.
Rhubarb's not in season.
You're not getting rhubarb?
Right.
I'm really sorry.
What? That was our star ingredient for the starter, and without it, we were going to be stuck.
Are we dropping the rhubarb?
I think we need to get it. We've got rhubarb ketchup on the menu. Rhubarb.
Yeah, don't make light of it. It's serious. I think it'd be next to the strawberries. Do you have rhubarb? Rhubarb.
Oh, has he gone off to try and find
I
some?
think he's gone in the back to find some.
Right, okay.
Because there's none out here.
Yeah, it's where it's going to be, isn't it?
Oh, yes, good man. Good man. Oh, thank you very much. You've saved us. Thank you. Yeah.
Rhubarb ketchup rescued.
You got a licence for that trolley?
No, I haven't. I don't know where I'm going, actually. I said follow
On
me.
to their Afro Saxon dessert.
Where's it actually come from, this chocolate?
Ghana.
It is?
It is.
It is from Ghana.
You doubt me.
They've called it Danger High Voltage, a chocolate and groundnut sundae with a chilly caramel weave.
Love the title, Danger High Voltage. It sounds very simple, but who knows what we're going to get.
Oh, peanut butter while we're here.
Our groundnut element is the thing that makes it stand out.
Do you want smooth or crunchy?
Smooth. Oh, smooth, definitely.
Yeah. And I would like a Ghanaian cocoa.
That's drinking chocolate.
I know.
I don't think we've got enough time to faff around. That's drinking chocolate.
Oh.
I just can't bear faffing.
Just choose something quick. It'll be fine.
I put it in. It's all right.
Right. Are you sure?
It's fine.
Don't go whinging later.
No, I won't. OK. Should we get 2?
The rules are simple. Duncan and Stewart can't start cooking until 3 hours before their guests arrive.
Out!
First, back to the dining room for some finishing touches.
Stew! Stewbo! Look what I got.
Wow.
We have sourced a rhino.
Where are we going to put it? Is it going to go inside, do you think? It could fit.
No, I don't want it inside. I want it to have impact.
Not a real one.
Not a real one? No. And...
Can you imagine the health and safety implications of a real rhino in the
yeah,
dining
I
room?
could get one. I'm going to just sit around so...
Don't pull his ear off.
I won't.
Head down towards the gate.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Right here.
No, the other way.
Oh, right.
There, like that. Ooh, yeah.
Rhino parked.
Oh, here we go.
The countdown kicks off.
Come on, get your apron on.
In 3 hours, the guests will arrive. Duncan and Stewart are cooking against the clock.
I'm feeling more nervous than I thought I would when we started.
I feel worse. I am worried. I don't want to let Stewart down.
Don't spoil the feng shui of my spices. They're all in alphabetical order. I don't think you can put bay leaves before allspice. B before A in the alphabet.
You are so OCD.
Right, so you're going to do the chicken stock.
Yeah.
I'm going to crack on with the oatcakes.
Fantastic. Yeah, I'm making my own chicken stock to be the base of the Jolof Rice.
For their main course, the boys are making a jollof-ish rice, featuring Duncan's special seasoning and citrus and raisin spring greens.
Jollof rice, a rice from Ghana, flavoured with vegetables, it can be chicken. It's just packed full of all sorts.
Lots of fresh herbs. We're really doing our own take on it. That's why we're calling it jollof-ish.
I don't want too much body in there.
The twist is the special seasoning.
Number 10.
Featuring Duncan's special seasonings. When you name something after yourself, it means you've practiced it a lot. It's your speciality. It better be good.
Did you put them in alphabetical order?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Yeah. Does it
Is
need
anything missing?
Does it need a little bit more chilli in there?
I love the chilli.
A lot of rice to soak it up.
Spice mix sorted.
Think we're on course, Stewie?
I think so, yeah. I think we're okay at the moment.
Time for Duncan to take stock.
That's done now. It's done. I'm gonna bring it. Oh, nearly done. I forgot the most important ingredient.
The chicken, perhaps?
That's the one.
While Duncan chucks in the chicken.
What are you doing?
Just mixing the oats and the flour and the salt for the oat cakes.
Stewart gets going on the starter.
A Derbyshire oat cake is a bit like a pancake, but it has a more open texture, a bit like a crumpet.
Dare I risk flicking it up in the air to see if I can... Oh, yeah. I'm literally just placing it in the ramekin.
Making it into that cup, holding lots and lots of spicy mackerel is the first introduction to the Afro-Saxon theme.
First batch of oat cakes into the oven. I'm going to leave it for about an hour, actually.
Yeah.
We're going to serve it with a rhubarb ketchup.
Ah, plenty of time.
There's ginger in there, there's onion.
How's it smelling?
Smells great. Oh. The oven's gone off as well.
You serious?
Yeah.
Everything stops, the lights go off, the oven goes off.
There's nothing. Nothing at all.
The boys are powerless.
Kidding me?
Nope.
Their Afro-Saxon banquet at risk.
My oat cakes, the first time I've got such a perfect batch, they've gone in the oven, and nothing.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
I don't know if it could be fixed. I didn't know when it would be back up again. I mean, the only saving grace of it was the clock stopped ticking.
Stopped. I think a secret part of us hoped it was going to flick back on at 3 hours.
But when power is restored,
Oh,
the clock picks up where it left off.
got 35 minutes left.
Their guest's arrival is imminent.
Any what?
Any mustard? I've learned.
Well, I'm a bit under pressure at the moment here.
Right.
You're going to have to look for your mustard.
Not where I wanted to be at all.
I feel thrown completely off course, and chopping is never ending. It's just chop, 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 chop.
I'm gonna make a whole meal in 30 minutes.
Well, get going with it then.
What do you think I'm doing?
I don't know. I'm painting chocolate on the inside of paper now.
I was desperately trying to multitask and do the painting of the chocolate for the dessert.
Put them in the fridge, let them set, and then peel the paper off and hopefully...
And flip the Derbyshire oat cakes, and then back to the chocolate, then pour a new oat cake in.
It's 5 minutes, Stu.
Right, come on then. Let's go and get changed.
On their way, and with no idea what's on tonight's menu, the 5 rival teams.
I don't really know what to expect. They haven't really given anything away.
Oh, brilliant. Oat cakes are done.
We're now leading the competition, and we're a little bit nervous that Duncan and Stewart might knock us off the top spot.
1 minute till they're here, Duncan.
I'm losing it here, Stewie.
Why are you losing it?
Because there's 1 minute till they're here.
Bring it on, boys.
3, 2, 1.
They're here. Wakey, wakey.
I don't want to go.
Danny's the only one that can see over.
The guests have arrived. We're not where we want to be, and we just had to go out and greet them.
Hello.
That big painted rhinoceros.
Yeah, there was a great big one, and it was
Lovely
all
colours,
done modern.
And I was thinking,
Ooh! What is it, like Middle Eastern?
oh my gosh. It looked amazing, but just not what I was expecting whatsoever.
African.
I think all of us were thinking it was going to be something typically English.
Belly up, the sun.
It couldn't have been further removed.
Is it what you were expecting?
Isn't it?
How are you getting on, boys?
We're under a little bit of pressure.
We are under
but we've got some drinks for you, so we'll bring the drinks out.
Yes, and welcome cocktails.
The only bit I don't get, I'm not quite sure on that, is there?
Yeah.
It doesn't quite fit in, does it?
And also the armour.
The armour.
What's the armour?
African suit of armour. Just didn't have a clue.
Yeah. Ghanaian food?
Meats.
Meats.
Oh,
Derbyshire.
Meats Derbyshire, yeah.
It's a spicy Eccles cake or something like that.
Hello. We've got some drinks to start you off here.
Thank you very much.
Here you go.
It's amazing. What's the drink?
Ooh, it is a Cape Town tea cocktail.
Oh, nice.
It really wasn't to my liking at all.
I wanted to hold my nose and drink this. It was just like medicine.
Cough mixture, did you say?
Back in the kitchen,
Judges are going to be here any minute.
the boys are playing catch-up with their rhubarb ketchup.
I'm quite pleased with the consistency.
You
when
are?
they take it out of the jars.
They will feel like it's a proper ketchup.
Yeah, definitely.
That is very nice. I think so. I think it's going to perfectly with the mackerel.
Good.
Just got the right amount of vinegar and the right amount of salt in there.
Well, it's interesting because I didn't put any vinegar in.
I'm going mad.
About to join the dinner party, the judges.
Jason and I keep harping on about putting their personalities on the plate with the food. And I really think that Duncan and Stewart have done this with their menu.
Baking superstar Lorraine Pascal and Michelin starred chef Jason Atherton.
I'm just really looking forward to seeing what they do. Is it going to be fusion or is it going to be confusion? Who knows?
Hello.
Come under the umbrellas.
Thank you. I got into this one.
Oh, dude.
How are you
Let's
doing?
go. Oh, really good.
How's it going?
Stressful.
Hello.
Thanks.
So you're all looking forward to tonight?
We are. Yes.
I don't know if you guess what we're going for here, but we're Team Afro-Saxon. And this is our own Afro-Saxon cuisine. So we're putting together West African flavours, English food, and creating something new. And we really hope you enjoy it.
Would you like to take a look at your menus now, please?
I think it's brilliant.
Sounds interesting.
I do love the spice, so I'm looking forward to that.
Very creative, so.
Oat cakes. Oats are very easily grown in this area.
Philip imparted his knowledge once again. Every time we have something, he's had it or he knows about it or...
Or he's invented it.
And they date back to the 17th century. So, you know, they're incorporating Derby into the starter, which is brilliant.
I'm now putting the oat cakes out, and then Duncan's going to start flaking the mackerel when he thinks it's ready. What do you think, Duncan? I think that's ready.
It's okay. I think it's a little unseasoned.
We'll put a bit more seasoning on it then.
Well, I think if it doesn't fuse for us as guests, then they're in a lot of trouble, you know? What if it doesn't quite sit right together? And that's a massive risk then, isn't it?
Right, am I putting cornichons in this
Yes,
amount?
great.
Great. You sure? Because it'll make it soggy.
Yeah.
Good.
With the last-minute addition of some grated gherkin, the boys' dish of mackerel and rhubarb ketchup is complete.
Do you know what? This is actually looking better than I even thought it would. This is it. First course of Afro-Saxon ever sorted. Go on, let's go.
Pretty.
Yeah.
Come on.
Ladies and gentlemen, your starter is served.
The teams will have to wait a while longer for their first taste of Afro-Saxon, as the judges are the first to try. They'll score each dish at the end of the night.
All you could hear was crunch, crunch.
Mate, that was a crunch, wasn't it?
Oh, could
Oh, you
hear
could
it?
hear
I
it,
thought our
yeah.
teeth were all going to come flying out and hit us all in the eye.
I started thinking, I'm in trouble here. I'm going to lose a crown.
I'm not overly happy with the oatcakes. They've been in and out of the oven a bit, and so they are quite hard.
Duncan and Stewart, the oatcake is tough. I really struggled to get my knife into it, and I was afraid it was going to, like, ping off the plate. The mackerel, overcooked. I would have maybe liked to see it dressed with something. I know we're eating everything together, but it seemed a little bit lonely there. And then you've got this kind of tastes like gherkins, yeah? Which are quite sour. So we've kind of got sour, sour and sour.
Got to say, that was completely me. It wasn't Stewart. He argued against.
It's good to listen to each other, you know, because the gherkin thing just doesn't make any sense to me at all why it would sit there.
I feel very guilty about the gherkins.
Yeah, but I could have said no, couldn't I? I have said no to about 30 other seasonings in things, haven't I? So I could have said no to the gherkins.
I think you're perfectly correct about rhubarb and mackerel being a very good combination of flavours. But fundamentally, to hit home your concept, it just missed the mark, you know? I didn't sit there and go, well, of course it's a mix between African and British cuisine. It's so obvious. It wasn't. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks.
I hope you enjoy your starter.
Afro Saxon's premiere. It's much better than I thought it was going to be.
Time for the teams to get their teeth into the starter. They will also be scoring the meal at the end of the night.
God, it was noisy.
Everyone has been critiquing fairly harshly. So if Duncan and Stewart's food is not up to par, I'm sure our teams will mark them accordingly.
The cake I don't get. It's completely tasteless to me. I don't get any flavour from it, so it doesn't work as a dish for me.
I've got, oatcake stuck in my teeth.
Poor.
For me, as a fusion, it doesn't work at all.
The oatcake, I was expecting it to be quite soft, really, like a pancake. Had a crunchy texture. There just wasn't really much flavour.
I think Danny and Kev are probably doing a skip and a dance inside because they could see it probably wasn't quite up to even the standard that they'd put out.
I didn't like it, I'm afraid. I found the sauce very bitter.
In their minds, their bags were packed and they were ready to go to the next round.
Very disappointing.
I wasn't gloating about, how it turned out, because I want nice food. That's what I want, and we know how hard it is.
Oh, yeah.
But it was there's like a little glimmer. You're thinking, right, OK, that's
the first mistake. Let's hope they get the balance right on their main.
I hope so. They're nice guys, so you want them to do well, really. Yeah. But at the end of the day, it's all to do with the food, though, isn't it, really?
1, 2, 3 haven't been touched. Oh well.
In the Midlands, neighbours Duncan and Stewart
That's not a great surprise.
are one course in to their Afro-Saxon feast.
Before the meal started, you said you were all excited. Are you still excited?
No, I'm afraid I'm not. I'm going to go home hungry tonight.
Got the chicken stock going in.
Next job for the boys, their Jolofish main, a traditional rice dish with a twist. Duncan's special spice blend.
Right, I'm going to put the special seasoning in.
This is what's going to make the difference between a normal jollof and a jollofish rice.
There's a play on words.
We think it's a plain one.
Yeah.
Jollof, whatever that is, ish.
They've taken a dish.
Yeah,
but
that's
it's
it.
ish.
Yeah. Not quite.
So it's that dish-ish.
I'm more confused now.
I thought it said Jolly-O-Fish.
I immediately thought jellyfish, and maybe some dried out jellyfish. So I was a little bit scared because, it might be nice, but I don't think it would be to my taste.
I'm just going to taste it and see whether it needs a bit more of the 10 special seasoning. No.
I knew it.
That's really hot. I'm a little bit worried now with that it's just going to blow the heads off.
Along with their red-hot rice, the boys will be serving citrus and raisin spring greens.
Greens are going to take 10 minutes.
10 minutes.
Stuart's trying to lead.
Trying.
Trying.
You need to get them in quick, otherwise this rice is going to be horrible.
OK.
Whereas Duncan is a bit more like, hey.
Laid back.
So laid back.
Duncan will just let it go. Hey, don't worry about it.
But Stewart was a headmaster, wasn't he?
He'll just make Duncan stand in the corner.
That's nearly ready, so you need to get a move on.
You should have told me.
I did.
You didn't.
I've got to get on with the desserts.
All right. Ah, damn.
And cut yourself, Kim.
Uh-huh.
Right, let me do the rest of the greens then.
Third time I've cut myself today.
It's only a flesh wound.
You would have thought I would have taken my fingertip off by the amount of blood. And so first aider gave me a purple glove. So I've had to carry on with a purple hand.
And I'm preparing the jollof rice, and in the back of my head, I know I'm supposed to do the dessert, but I just haven't got a second to do it.
Are you going to be in charge of prawns while I'm plating up everything else?
I can
As soon as
be.
that water boils.
Right.
So this is supposed to be the sun, and around it we're going to have the rays of the sun with the onions and the king prawns that Duncan's doing now.
Hey, Stu, the prawns are ready?
Definitely feeling the time pressure now.
It looks good. We've been through trials and Stewie's had to cope on his own through a lot of this. I'm feeling bad. And he's been grumpy.
Your main course is served.
There was a little bit of a wait between the starter and the main course, but if food is going to be really spectacular, then I don't mind waiting.
Sometimes masterpieces takes time.
He's had an accident, that's why it's taken so long.
My heart sank. I knew there'd been troubles, and Duncan had a big blue hand. Obviously, there'd been an accident. I was like, oh no, this hasn't gone well.
At Gabby and Steph's instant restaurant, Lorraine said, I found a piece of paper in this and I couldn't eat it. And I was waiting for her to say, Duncan and Stewart. I found a finger in my jollof rice and I couldn't.
And I loved it.
Duncan and Stewart. I know the battle of ownership with jollof rice between Nigeria and Ghana. I personally think it's gone in. It's difficult to present a dish like this in a way that's elegant. I think you've achieved it. I think the rice is well cooked. It's just after al dente. These prawns overcooked. The seasoning inside, you just get this kind of hit of chilli. The spring greens, they've gone a bit khaki, which would suggest they're overcooked.
It needs a little bit more work, boys, if I'm perfectly honest. The rice is tasty, but then with that amount of seasoning in it and that amount of ingredients inside it, it should be tasty. I just wanted to see something a little bit more from you guys.
Obviously there's the roasted onions, but where else is the Saxon in this dish?
Well, the prawns as well. Being an island nation, we've put the prawns in to represent England as well.
Okay, I'll let you off. Thank you very much. So please enjoy your jollofish rice.
Can't believe the rice was well cooked.
And I don't think either of them got my fingertip.
That's quite spicy. I couldn't believe we'd waited this long for what we received in the end. It was really, really disappointing.
Very spicy, although the spices tasted very powdery.
There wasn't much flavour in it.
No.
Either, you know, you're trying to eat it, and I was waiting for this thing and...
Bland. What they've cooked hasn't worked.
I love spicy food, but I like to taste it as well.
The prawns in their shell seemed to be a bit of an afterthought that didn't quite work out.
I wish I hadn't eaten it, actually.
To say, I wish I never ate it, there's nicer ways of saying that, I think, really.
Yeah.
You know,
We're there to taste it and give opinion, not wish you never ate it.
Who do you think the harshest critic is around the table?
There must have been about 10 pairs of eyes looking at me.
Philip.
I think, Philip, you're probably the
I think
harshest.
Philip is quite harsh.
I was quite proud of it, I must be honest. Yeah, I've worked hard on that. I say it as I see it, and I'm not afraid to do that.
We can't wait till your night, Mr. Prince Philip.
Well, I think that they're expecting the absolute very best because you've bigged us up so much. But even though it's put us up on that pedestal, I still think that we can pull it off.
So let's move on to dessert.
I think they'll try, but I don't think they'll succeed.
Why?
They haven't in the first 2 courses.
Because I was doing all the stuff for the main, I haven't had a chance to do the dessert. I think we're just going to have to see what we can do.
Originally on the menu, Danger High Voltage.
Just whip the cream up. Nice.
A chocolate and ground nut sundae.
This is going to be a peanut butter mousse,
which the boys had planned to serve with a chili and caramel lattice.
Duncan, I think the other thing is we're just going to have to abandon the caramel lattice.
Too difficult to do now.
Well, I haven't got time.
So let's remember what the title is, Danger High Voltage.
Danger High Voltage.
So what we do have is my spice.
Are you sure? Yeah, we have got some. Try it.
To put the danger back into their high voltage dessert, the boys tried peppering their peanut butter with Duncan's special spice blend.
No, it's too savoury. No, that's not
Too
right
savoury.
at all.
Okay. Yeah. Well, at least it's got garlic in it, hasn't it?
Yeah, that's not right.
I don't see where there's room to go wrong with this dessert, and I hope I'm right.
We haven't got ground ginger, have we?
We began to look through our spices and...
It's a good job I put them in order then, isn't it?
It is.
I put the ginger in.
Yep.
You want to try?
That's going to work, but it needs a bit more.
Okay.
I think we've kind of got to get something out there for them, haven't we?
Yeah.
At Duncan and Stewart's instant restaurant.
I'm just putting the chard on first of all.
After 2 courses of fusion failure, all hopes are pinned on their final creation. The dessert.
So, it's just going all wrong here. It was a nice idea. Hideous. Hideous. It's, Duncan, we've just got to give it to them. There's nothing I can do.
We needed to get something out there, but had nothing to offer.
Oh, I think you might have split this.
Really?
Yeah.
Too much?
Yeah, just going to have to go out like that. Right, get a dollop put on each of those plates. No, not in the centre, in the centre of the plate.
In the centre.
So we've gone for 3, I like to use the technical term, blobs on a plate to give people a taste of each of those flavours.
This is a collapsed sundae. They're going to get a dessert. We've given them something. Dessert is served.
Oh, dessert time. You could tell the disappointment in their faces.
Thank you very much.
You might spot we've had a bit of a disaster.
It's a disaster.
These boys are lovely boys, and they've tried so hard to get something right. But unfortunately, they got it so wrong. Stewart and Duncan, your dessert. I don't think this is what was on the menu. Can you tell me what happened?
We've had a catalogue of errors all through the day. Ovens have gone, Duncan's cut his finger.
So can you just talk me through what we actually have for dessert?
You have a dog's dinner of kind of chocolate sauce with a kind of peanut butter sauce and some cream.
So I'll start off with the cream. Obviously, it's way over whisked. Sometimes you can bring cream back by adding a little bit of milk, but I think yours may have been a bit too far gone. I'm not keen on this peanut butter element.
We wanted to try and get the high voltage element in there, so we put some ginger into that one as well.
The thing is, when you make something and you try to start doctoring flavours, you're better off throwing it in the dustbin and starting again. Because the minute you start trying to doctor something, it becomes even worse, because then you're trying to mask flavour on top of flavour on top of flavour.
Are you happy with the way this tastes?
No.
So, number one rule, if you don't like it, do not put it on the plate. I like the chocolate. I think it's very tasty. If we just have one chocolate cup here with the chocolate sauce in, fine.
At the end of the day, you put something in front of us, we were sat here waiting and we got something. So, well done you. Thanks a lot, guys.
Okay, guys, tuck in.
This is rubbish. This just shouldn't have been put on the plate.
They've just had the worst evening that could ever possibly happen.
I think if they had incorporated the chilli with the chocolate, as off the menu, then it would have been better.
It was mixed emotions for me. I felt really, really heartbroken for them, but I was elated. You know, I thought we might have a chance here.
I think the potential was there, but it just, perhaps too many things went wrong for them on this occasion. They just haven't managed it.
We knew that this was going to be a risk, you know, and...
We didn't cook Italian, we didn't cook Thai, we cooked Duncan and Stewart's own brand.
Yeah.
But high voltage is off the menu from now on.
It's time for the teams to give their verdicts on Duncan and Stewart's Afro-Saxon fusion menu.
The starter, no, I didn't like it.
That cup, that was like just so hard.
It was too much hard work. I couldn't be bothered.
I looked at that plate and I went, this is boring. The main course, fusion number 2, right? Again? Didn't work.
I think it was too hot, the spices were too hot, and the prawns should have been dressed.
Dessert, I think they made a really critical mistake of serving that cream that was clotted. It was almost like butter.
When I tasted the peanut, I definitely wasn't going back for a second taste.
They call it high voltage, I call it a power cut.
Each team will now score the meal out of 10.
They built it all up to be something really great and unique and new, and it just didn't work for me, Philip. It just didn't on every level.
My score is a 2.
My score's a 2 as well.
So together we're a 2.
Yeah.
We'd love to give the boys, not love to, like to give the boys a 4.
Yeah.
We invented that from scratch, so we've got to take that into account, that they put so much into it. But because it wasn't executed well, I think we'll have to give them a 5. It was just average.
Yeah.
Danny and Kev put up a better meal than we had tonight.
Yeah.
So on the basis that we scored them 4, I think we can only go lower. I think a 3 is fair.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but I was thinking 1. I thought 2, but that was only up to, like, the main course.
We're just going to 1.
1.
Yeah?
1.
With the team's marks totalled, Duncan and Stewart must face the music.
The guest teams have given you a combined score of 15 out of 50.
Duncan and Stewart, the total score you need to beat to stay out of danger is Danny and Kev's 60.
At the end of the day, the food was rubbish. Ours was miles better, you know, and we should be well safe, but I wasn't going to count my chickens. No.
And now it's our turn. We are going to score each dish out of 10. Your starter, Derbyshire Oatcake Cup. I was excited because I actually haven't had them before, but I really struggled to get my knife into it. The gherkin inside was bizarre. For that, I'm going to give you a 4.
It's very, very crucial. The logic behind every dish is thought through correctly. And with that starter, that didn't really happen. You can't change things last minute and start replacing things with gherkins and this and that. So I'm going to give you a 5. Your main course, it was just all over the shop. We're here to unearth the best amateur cooks in Britain and Ireland, and that dish didn't live up to that. I'm going to give you a score of 4.
I feel that it became somewhat of a fussy dish. If you just served us the jollof rice, it could have been incredible. Not the onions, not the prawns. So for your main, I give you a 5. And now for your dessert. Everything pretty much went wrong on every level, everywhere, with every element. You could have thrown the towel in, came in here and just said, sorry guys, there's no dessert. But you didn't. You kept on fighting. And I really admire that. So this is with a heavy heart. I'm going to give you a 3.
Stewart, when you came in here to apologise for the dessert you put down, that took guts. I've seen today flashes that you guys can cook. You just had a bad day. And even people in my position, who has one of the best restaurants in the country, still has bad days. But you've got to pick yourself up, dust yourself down, and come back bigger and stronger. And you guys can do that, for sure. It, like Lorraine, breaks my heart, but unfortunately, for your dessert, I give you also a 3.
That gives you a total score of 39.
Which means Duncan and Stewart replaced Danny and Kev in last place. And now there are only 2 teams left to cook. At the end of the instant restaurant round, the team with the lowest score will be eliminated.
I am sad at the thought of, we're at the bottom of the leaderboard, but I do feel a sense of pride. I do. In what we've created.
Perhaps the world isn't ready for Afro-Saxon yet.
We've given it a good shot, haven't we?
Yeah.
Next time.
We got the expertise, we've got the knowledge.
Philip's talked himself up.
Standard of the food's got to be high.
After all the talk,
They should all have been given to the judges because they're all amazing.
Emma and Philip
Hello.
must walk the walk.
You can't just be strutting about like a big peacock.
I've got a problem with the pork. It's frozen.
It's easily sorted.
I'm not in agreement with that right now.
Really cringeworthy.